Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue and Matchday 10. And we have a big crisis in Lyon, Alain Valnegri, because right now is the only team without a victory in Ligue 1 after the defeat against Clermont.
Yes, hello, Edu. Yes, from the beginning of the season, Lyon is my nightmare. In the prediction, is a nightmare in Lyon. It's a really hard week with Grosso, with problem with the media in France. He canceled a training and is not the best preparation to go to Marseille. And Marseille too is not in a very good moment. Gattuso found some problem, and it will be really interesting to see Marseille Olympique Lyon, the Olimpico derby Sunday night.
Indeed, we also have Lille Monaco, very interesting on Sunday. So let's analyze all the games with Alain Valnegri with you. Remember to leave your comments and of course press the like, subscribe, and now let's go on with the show. And also remember that we have a welcome offer with 1xBet exclusive one, 130% if you register with our promo code or the link you have below. Well, Alain, this new match day starts on Friday with Clermont Nice. Clermont was the team able to win in Lyon and starting or continuing the crisis for Lyon. It was the first victory for Clermont this season, a team that 2-3 weeks ago, Alain was able to stop PSG in their ground, but Nice, they are strong, they are second and the best away team in Ligue 1 with 10 points, 3 victories and 1 draw. And this has a special importance because we are not seeing many away victories in this Ligue 1, by the way.
But this season, we have a lot of balance. We have a lot of balance. I challenge a lot of people to predict after 9 journey in the top 5 team like Nice, like Brest, the same Lille, because with the European games, sometimes some club found some problem about continuity. But it's not the case of the team of the north of France. Clermont is the best streak from the beginning of the season. 3 games without defeat, a draw against Paris Saint-Germain. They won in Lyon, and it was the key game for them. The team still in a relegation spot, but they conserve the rhythm about Metz, about Lens, about Montpellier, about Strasbourg. Lyon are far right now about the salvation spot. Now Nice is in my opinion, with Brest, the biggest surprise about this beginning of the season, because the team transmit a lot of solidity. Is strange because I know very well Farioli in Turkey was a manager really offensive with a lot of defensive problem. And right now, Nice is the best defense in Ligue 1. Only 4 goals conceded in 10 games. Clermont have problem to score this season. They improve a lot in the last two journey, but for this game, I choose the security over 1.75 goal. The odds are interesting, 1.50.
Okay, only 2 goals in your opinion in this game, or at least over the 1.75. Only 4 goals conceded in the season for Nice, a very good defensive team, or team in the defensive area, to be more correct, and only 10 goals scored. So it's not a high-scoring team, this Nice. On Saturday, we have 2 games. Reims, Lorient is the first one. Reims in European spots, doing a great 2023 overall, because it was great also the second part of the season. the last one, and a good start also in this one, even if they haven't won the last two games against Monaco, against Toulouse for Lorient. Alain, a big relief that victory in the derby against Rennes.
Yes, we saw the version about Stade Rennais about last season when they played away. 20 shots in the game against Lorient. They managed, they dominate the derby, but they're not be able to have that grade of aggressivity to score. And that one is a limit. 𝐬𝐭𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐿 doesn't correct that when they're played away. When they're played at home, is one of the biggest team in Ligue 1. Now, Lorient still concede a lot. In last Sunday, in a game in front of a team with that percent of efficiency in the finalization, there probably should be lose this game. I think the problem is still the same in Lorient. Reims, we know the model of play, we know the idea about the manager, and we saw Reims in Toulouse catch a good draw, we saw a team concede but create. Reims is a team play with open face, and that one, I think, against Lorient will be make the difference. The odds for Reims victory is high, in my opinion. I choose Reims winning this game, odds 1.68.
Yes, they are the favorites, but still good odds to back Reims when they play at home. So far, 2 victories and 2 defeats playing at home for Reims, so they have also to improve in this area. Next game on Saturday in the Bolaert, in the north of France, Nantes. We saw Nantes drawing in the Europa League, everything in the Champions League, everything is very open for this team starting to get better and better, at least not losing games. Alain, 7 undefeated games for them, but they have to win as well. They are very close to the relegation spots, and Nantes, they are doing a great season. They are in the best moment, of course, of the season, with 4 victories in the last 5 games. The previous week, they beat Montpellier.
Yes, not probably the team change more his model of play, not recover the jeu à la Nantes, the play from Nantes, from the 90, when was a team who play a football champagne, a football really offensive, with a lot of movement, with high pressure, with the intention to dominate the game. And that one is a surprise for most of the people right now, because the beginning of the season was difficult. The summer was not good for signing. They have a lot of problem with the president, with the board, with the press, with the fans. The market was not so good, but the manager found the solution to change the face about the team. Right, now Lens, the question is, Lens is a really intense team. They can have that intensity every 3 days, and we saw yesterday against PSV Eindhoven, a team with his idea of play, can be dominate, but without efficiency in the finalization. When do you shot 15 times in champions to the rival? You must to have more efficiency, and only 2 shot in the target, and that one there must to improve. For this game, I think it is a really bad team for Lens right now. Not, I choose the surprise, because the double opportunity X2 not doesn't lose in Bollard are interesting, odds 2.40.
Indeed, a big surprise. We are always talking about the home strength for Lens, but not this season. Only 5 points in 4 games at home, 1 victory, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. So the Bollard is not the stronghold that it was last season. For instance, Sunday games, Alain, some very good games on Sunday. Starting for Brest, PSG. Brest is still one of the surprises also of this start of the season in Ligue 1. They are fifth. They are winless in the last 3, but at home they are undefeated so far, whereas for PSG, they have a tough game in the Champions League, but they are waking up in Ligue 1, Alain, with 2 victories against Strasbourg and Rennes. The one against Strasbourg with a lot of Spanish flavor in the scoreboard.
Yes, Paris Saint-Germain, I predict that at the beginning of the season, it was clear with Luis Enrique in the bench, it was important to give him 3 months to recognize the model of play of the team with the player who Luis Enrique give a chance and with the system, because we saw some different system from the beginning of the season. We understand play with the 4-2-4 is not the best system, especially in Europe, and Luis Enrique understand that, because after that game is back with a 3 midfielder in the midfield line. Now Brest is one of the biggest surprise. Brest are fifth in the class in the table. Brest have a problem with the goal, because the average of goal are poor, but the defense are in a very good moment. It will be a really good test for the phase of no possession of the ball for Brest, to play against a team who will be dominate, who will have 70-75% of the possession. Normally Brest doesn't receive a lot of goals. Normally Brest lose against Paris Saint-Germain. The last draw Brest catch against Paris Saint-Germain at home was in the 2011. Wow. 12 years passed, and for that reason I doesn't choose 1x2 for this game, but I saw goals, and I choose over 2.75 goals, 1.86 with 2 goals in the game. Money back for this prediction.
Over 2.75 goals, no?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, at least we have to see 3 goals to get money in this game. PSG to win is 1.61 if you think they are going to continue the streak in Brest for Paris to win. And next game, Paris Saint-Germain, if they win, they will get to 21 points, perhaps catching Monaco right now, top of the table, but they have a tricky game against Lille. They are 4th in the standings. Lille fighting for the Champions League spots at home, as usual, very strong, 3 victories and 1 defeat. This time was against Reims. And for Monaco, Alain, 3 consecutive victories, always both teams to score, and away from home, all 4 games also were both teams to score. So perhaps it's a good idea to go for this fact in this game, they both teams to score.
Yeah, both teams to score is a good option. Is a good option because we know that especially Monaco more than Lille. Lille, we know when they play at home, they're really strong. Now Monaco in the last game against Metz, the score lie about the content of the game. They shoot 27 times in the goal of Metz during this game, and they won only 2-1. Now Lille, how can we affect the game in Europe this week? Monaco doesn't play in Europe, and that one is a big advantage, because where is Monaco right now? Is leader because there doesn't have 2 games per week, and the squad have a lot of talent. It's a good mix with expert player, young player, with a lot of potential. Right now, Lille surprised me in this moment because Fonseca found 16 players to play in Ligue 1 and be competitive in Europe. And that one is always difficult because that doesn't make a really strong market during the summer. But they have continuity. They conserve probably best player like Jonathan David, like Benjamin André in the midfield. In spite of that, I choose a surprise. I think Monaco can catch a positive results in Lille Sunday. X2 odds 1.67.
Very good odds. Indeed, it's normal to trust, I think, this Monaco, no? They are showing solidity. They are topping the table. Now we can take a look at the standings after 9 games. And they are doing a great season so far. Really good game. This Lille Monaco for the relegation battle. We have Metz, Le Havre. Metz 4 consecutive defeats. Very close now to Clermont. Problems scoring goals. And Le Havre, Alain, week after week, we are saying that it's a good start in the Ligue 1 with 10 points. This is a newly promoted team. Catching a point against Lens is positive.
Really positive. Really positive. I think the idea of Mathieu Bodmer, the sporting director, are brilliant because last season he recovered the Ligue 1 to the oldest club in Ligue 1, like after more than 10 years in Ligue 2. And that one, I think he built to have continuity in Ligue 1. And we saw that from the model of play, from the movement during the summer. There doesn't do a lot of movement. They conserve the base. There doesn't lose the best player in the squad. And that one make the difference. And we saw that in the classification. In spite of that, there are only 2 points. They have 2 points more only to the playoff and play out. And that one, Le Havre must to take care about that. It's delicate game. It's really delicate game, but more for Metz because Metz must to catch a point. The last 4 games, 4 defeat for Metz. They have a problem after the winning in Lens. We start to thinking, Metz is probably can be saved the category, but right now is really negative. 4 games, only 1 goal score. There start to miss a 𝐿𝐭𝐿𝐲. 𝐿𝐭𝐿𝐲 went to Ajax, and that one they start to feel they miss the Georgian striker. I choose a surprise for this game. I choose the most risky prediction for the week. I choose the X. I think when both teams are afraid for a game, it's frequent to see a X odds 3.40.
Indeed, Alain, we follow this rule very often, and most of the times it's proven correct, and the bookies know. That's why even the draw is very likely. If we check the odds for this game, this clash between 2 teams newly promoted to the Ligue 2, and adapting so far so good, I would say, for both of them. Although Metz, they are dangerously going into the bottom 2. Next game, 2 teams also that don't want to have problems. Montpellier, Toulouse. Montpellier is only 1 point away from Metz. Lost to Nantes after all the incidents we mentioned last week against Clermont. Still no victories at home, and they are playing against Toulouse, doing a great season. It's a very special week for Toulouse, Alain, because they are playing in Anfield, and this is great for a team like Toulouse.
Yes, no, but Montpellier is really strange because the feeling are positive. The beginning of the season, we saw very good games of Montpellier, especially When they won in Lyon 4-1, when they won in Lorient 3-0, is really strange to see Montpellier with that type of problem when they played at home. Right now, they doesn't won a game at home, and historically, Montpellier at home is really, really strong. Only 2 points in 3 games. Now that they must to kill that, but start to winning in La Mosson to recover good feeling when they played at home. The problem in Montpellier is the defense. 11 goal conceded in 8 games is so much. It's so much. 𝐬𝐭𝐴 must to find solution in that phase of the play. Now with Toulouse is the same like for every European team. How can be managed the management of energy, especially and mentally and physically when you play in Europe? Toulouse doesn't have a lot of player experts to play in Europe. They start really well because I think it's positive. The beginning of the season right now is probably the most difficult moment of the season because we have 9 games in Ligue 1. We have 3 games in Europe. You start to be tired. You can start to be tired, and I am really curious to check how he can manage that moment. I choose Montpellier winning. I see Montpellier winning is that Montpellier have a direct play. It can be create a lot of problem with Toulouse. Toulouse suffered that type of model of play. Adams is in a very good moment. And I choose Montpellier winning odds 1.79. And during the summer, Montpellier won against Toulouse in a friendly game.
Well, Montpellier able to score plenty of goals, 12 goals. If you are looking for an individual market, Alain, I think it's fair to highlight Moussa Altamari and Akor Adams, both with 5 goals for Montpellier. This is a really good tally. It's the same goals as Ben Yedder, for instance.
Brilliant signing. But they work really well. The board in Montpellier doesn't have a lot of money, but their work with a really good scouting. They discover player in every part of the world, because when we saw the last 5 seasons, we saw players from Africa, from South America, from Scandinavia, from Switzerland, and that one means the board are really competitive.
They only Mbappé has scored more goals in this Ligue 1, is the top scorer with 8 goals. In the competition, 2 more games to analyze. Rennes, Strasbourg, another team involved in European football. Rennes, they have a tough game against Panathinaikos week after week, Alain. We are commenting about the poor season of Rennes, and they are still losing. Lost the derby, lost against Lorient, lost against PSG in the Europa League. As I said, they have to travel to Athens. And at home this season, 2 victories, 2 draws, 1 defeat. Should we back them, having all this in consideration against Strasbourg, a team that is not in form? 3 consecutive defeats.
Rennes, I think the first question about Stade Rennais is 𝐜𝐴ZO is the right guy to manage the team, because I really like 𝐜𝐴ZO, especially after in Lyon. I think in Rennes he improved some things since he arrived there, but he doesn't correct the problem away. And that one is a mentally problem. It's a mentally problem. A team suffer and they miss that aggressivity when they play away. Because for the talent, Rennes is a very, very good team with a clear idea. They know to build the team, the model of play. But after, when you don't have that character in the field, is a big problem. This problem we don't saw when they played at home. It's true that they lose against Paris Saint-Germain in the last game at home, but that one in Ligue 1 is the normality to lose against Paris Saint-Germain. Now, 12 goals for a team with Champions League ambition is so much. Concede. 12 goals conceded in 9 games. It's so much. It's so much. And I think the board asked themselves, 𝐜𝐵 is the guy to follow this season. Maybe is a really delicate game, because in case of negative results, I am not sure if 𝐜𝐵 will be stay in the bench in Bretagne. Now, the opportunity is really attractive, because in this moment Strasbourg is one of the youngest teams in Ligue 1, and we saw that a problem with the management of the emotion in the game, the management of the bad moment in a game. Strasbourg suffered. They miss a striker. They miss a lot of goals, and they concede so many goals. 14 goals in 8 games. Last three games, 3 defeat. They lose a friendly game against Karlsruhe 3-0 during the FIFA schedule. Karlsruhe is a team played in Zweite Bundesliga. I choose Rennes winning because I don't saw another results for that game. The odds are not so high, but I choose the security because Rennes have a lot of powder to win that game. 1.64 the odds for Rennes winning.
Okay, if you are going for a surprise for this game, for instance, a draw, that could happen, is over 4. If you think Rennes won't be able to win in Roazhon Park, having so many problems, of course, Rennes in this start of the season. And last game, Sunday evening, the clash between Olympiques, Marseille, Lyon, a very Italian clash this season. Alain, Gattuso against Grosso. Slightly better the situation for Olympique Marseille, because for Lyon is awful, as I mentioned at the beginning of our show. 3 points, bottom of the table, only drawing with Nice away from home. For Marseille, the things are not better because they are 8th in the standings. I think really far from the spots that they should be. But when two blind people are playing against each other, Alain, we should back the one that has a good eye, no? At least one healthy. In this case is Marseille.
Yes, but for this Olympico in France, they're called the Olympico, the Olympique Marseille, Olympique Lyon. The first question is, who will be lose first his job, Gattuso or Grosso? Because that doesn't change. I think Grosso is in the bottom of the table. He have a lot of problem, not only in the sport analysis. He has problem with the media. And when you start to have problem with media, especially in a place like Lyon, where you have a lot of pressure, it's difficult to manage that. Last season, Grosso was in Frosinone. I have a lot of respect for Frosinone, but to be manager in Frosinone with ambition, he won the Serie B and passed to Lyon with a lot of problem, but in every part of the club, because we saw that the summer they took a really strange decision. But in spite of that, the squad are not to be the bottom of the table, and that one give us an information. Sometimes it's not easy in this vestry, and that one is difficult to correct that, because you have the leader Lorient, you have Tolisso, you have Lacazette, but their players are leader. They can have this leadership the young player need right now. I have a lot of doubt. I have a lot of doubt to Marseille too, because Gattuso arrived. The first 3 games are negative, because you lose in Monaco. Okay, you can accept because Monaco is first in the table. You draw against Brighton. Brighton is a good team, but when in Europe you won with 2 goal advantage, you can draw the game, especially when you play in Velodrome. And after in Nice, you play a lot of time during the game. without Balerdi. Yes, is at the end of the second half, but you must to show some improvement, and we don't show an improvement. I don't show the end of Gattuso. How we will play Gattuso? He changed 2 times system or in 3 games. Now you can't make some tests. It's not summer. It's not friendly games. Marseille right now have a chance, a big chance. The Ligue 1 is really balanced right now, and they're near to the European spot, but the feeling are really negative. In spite of that, I think Marseille is really favorite for this game, more than the 180 offer the bookmaker. I choose Marseille winning odds 1.80.
It's very balanced. We think that Marseille, they are doing a very poor season, and so far actually 3 victories, 3 draws, 3 defeats. I think is poor. 12 goals scored, 12 conceded, so very average, but they are only 3 points away from the 4th spot that this season will qualify you to the playoff of the Champions League, I guess is the goal for Olympique Marseille. So as you said, still is not lost the season for Marseille. In the Europa League also everything is very open. So this is an important week because they play against Ajax and Lyon, 2 teams in turmoil, in real crisis. And if they win these 2 games in the Velodrome, things will get better in Marseille, in the second city of France. Well, Alain Valnegri, this is it for our show for this new match day, 10th in the Ligue 1. Last week, all the safe bets were correct. So we had another international ACCA in Oddspedia correct for the ones that want to bet on our international ACCA. Which one is your proposal for this week?
Rennes Strasbourg over 1.5 goals, odds 1.29.
All right. And your ACCA?
Rennes Lorient, Reims winning. Lens Nantes over 1.5 goals. Rennes Strasbourg, Rennes winning. And Marseille winning for a total 6.24.
Okay, kind of high odds. Reims, Rennes, Marseille to win. Lens Nantes, goals, at least 2 goals in the Bola. Alain Valnegri, thank you very much. Au revoir.
Thank you very much. Ciao.